I'm Michael, aka Oscar Man, and here are 10 character actresses who were nominated at least twice for a Best Supporting Actress Oscar. Don't worry, I'm saving the quintessential Oscar-nominated supporting character actress for last.
Sometimes I see him dance around the house in my underwear. Doesn't make me Madonna. Never will. Look, all I'm saying is, if you're so smart, why don't you act smart and save your ass while you still can? Else you're gonna find out you're not gonna have your job or any job.
In the 1988 comedy Working Girl, Joan Cusack's performance as the wisecracking sidekick Cindy has often been compared to a modern-day Eve Arden. And though her role in the film is relatively small, similar to most of the others I'll discuss in this video, Joan Cusack makes the most of it.
Let's give her a shout, shall we? You decent?
Mr. Jack Trainer to see you, Miss McGill.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Hold all calls, Miss McGill.
Yes, Cynthia, thank you.
Can I get you anything, Mr. Trainer? Coffee, tea, me?
Because all the attention and awards chatter focused on Sigourney Weaver's larger supporting performance, Joan Cusack's Oscar nomination was a surprise. And though I think Weaver should have won that year, I don't believe that Cusack was a spoiler who took away votes. That said, I think Joan Cusack had a better shot on her second nomination.
3 years!
Oh my God.
3 years of sunsets and long talks and loving, supportive friendship.
God.
This is my wedding night! I'm there! I'm ready! This is a medical condition!
Gee, thank you. But, I can't.
What, are you married? Are you seeing someone? I don't care.
No,
You're a man! I'm a woman!
Once again demonstrating her comedic chops, Joan Cusack's second nomination was for her hilarious turn as Emily in 1997's In and Out. In this somewhat clumsy tale of a teacher's coming out, Cusack's role of the bewildered fiancé was a scene stealer.
I'm wearing a wedding dress which you picked out! I highlighted my hair because you said I needed shimmer. I loved you and believed you and pretended not to notice the Streisand thing.
Joan Cusack's performance would have been a worthier choice than the Academy's that year. Always reliable no matter the project, Cusack's work in such films as Addams Family Values, Runaway Bride, and the Toy Story franchise has brought the Working Girl several awards from a variety of peer groups. Do you think Joan Cusack will receive a third nomination?
I tried to make things as nice for you as I could.
I know that.
I walked my heels down looking for a place for us to live. I walked and walked over this town. I didn't run 1 block on a streetcar.
Though she received 4 Oscar nominations as Best Supporting Actress, Agnes Moorehead is perhaps best known for her role as Endora in the long-running TV series Bewitched. However, it was her second film appearance which first brought her Academy attention. In 1942's The Magnificent Ambersons, Moorehead was Aunt Fanny, whose loneliness propels her to undermine her family's thread.
Anyhow, he'd like to dance with me. He danced with me as much as he did with her.
You told me Mother never saw him except when she was chaperoning you.
Well, you don't suppose that stops people from talking, do you? They just thought I didn't count. It's only Fanny Minifer, I suppose they'd say. Besides, everybody knew he'd been engaged to her.
What's that?
Everybody knows it. Everybody in this town knows that Isabel never really cared for any other man in her life.
Usually a strong presence in her many film roles, Moorehead got the chance to play a different type of character in 1944's Mrs. Partington, that of the Baroness, a worldwide friend and confidant who helps Susie, played by Greer Garson.
Manor house in Sussex. Oak Vale it is called. It is so antique it is haunted by the grandson of the original ghost. He's looking very well. Gus, not the ghost. You know, Susie, you haven't seen him in nearly a year.
Though Jane Wyman received the lion's share of praise for her Oscar-winning performance in 1948's Johnny Belinda, The Academy bestowed nominations in all 4 acting categories, including one for Moorehead as Wyman's tough but eventually understanding Aunt Aggie.
Have you lost your mind, Black MacDonald?
What's the matter now?
She's no mule. She can't stand all that.
What's got into you, woman? I have to have this mash mixed, haven't I? She's done it ever since we had pigs.
But you won't do it anymore. Now you leave it to me. Sit down. Oh, you're as white as a sheet. I'll get you some water.
It was Agnes Moorehead's 4th and final nomination, for which she should have finally won the Oscar. In 1964's Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, Moorehead really let loose in her Golden Globe-winning performance as Velma, the housekeeper who knows too much.
Oh, so you're finally showing the right side of your face, ain't you? Well, I've seen it all the time. That's some kind of drug that you've been giving her. You've been making her act the way she's been. Well, I'm going into town, and I'm going to tell them what you've been up to.
Agnes Moorehead was a stalwart character actress, typically cast as the heavy and dramatic roles in film, on television, radio, and the stage. It's a shame she never received any honorary awards for her long career. That's what often happens with character actors. They work more consistently, yet don't receive the same recognition as their lead counterparts. Agnes Moorehead died of cancer in 1974 at the age of 73.
How do you feel? Oh, I had such a head. I loved your friend, Mr. Needleman, the last of the great King Midases. Go, go, go. My God, I was exhausted. It was beautiful, Maura, but oh, God, stop. I died from that. Oh, what? Huh?
Who are you talking to?
No, I was just talking to Baby. I was talking to the dog, Maury. Please, you're annoying me. Don't start up again.
Sylvia Miles was Oscar nominated twice. Both roles had a combined screen time of 12 minutes 50 seconds. The shorter of the two was for her performance as Cass in 1969's Best Picture winner Midnight Cowboy. Nominated for basically one scene with Jon Voight, Miles played, let's say, a mature hooker who turns the table on a naive cowboy.
You were going to ask me for money. Who the hell do you think you're dealing with? Some old slut on 42nd Street? In case you didn't happen to notice it, you big Texas longhorn bull. I'm one hell of a gorgeous chick.
Well, now, Cass,
you heard it.
now.
At 28 years old, you think you can come up here and pull this kind of crap up here? Well, you're out of your mind.
Now, come on,
I can
now.
just kill you with my bare hands.
In 1975's Farewell, My Lovely, Sylvia Miles was a surprise nominee for another small role, this time as Jessie, who shares some important information with Detective Philip Marlowe, played by Robert Mitchum.
You know, it's funny. She was the only tramp that ever worked for Mike that he didn't use like a mattress.
Oh? How come?
I guess he was afraid. She had this boyfriend, a half-crazy hooligan, built like a beer truck, Moose Malloy. He's in the can.
Sylvia Miles once remarked about being typecast throughout her career, stating, quote, "Do I look like a prostitute? What does a hooker look like anyway? Me?" unquote. Once described as an actress who would attend the opening of an envelope, Miles became a member of the New York club scene, often garnering press attention for doing things like dumping a plate of food on a theater critic who panned her performance. Outspoken, brash, and not one to turn down work, Miles appeared in 30 films and more than 25 off-Broadway plays. Never quite the star, but always noticeable, Sylvia Miles died in 2019 at the age of 94.
There.
Where?
There!
You mean the old factory? But that's across from my place. They can't put a hospital there. I won't let them. I won't stand for it.
You won't you? The moment they pay Mr. Jarman $4,950, they'll own that property, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Just wait and see.
I intend to.
Elsa Lanchester was more than just the Bride of Frankenstein. She was a 2-time Oscar nominee, the first coming in 1949 in Come to the Stable for her comedic role of Amelia Potts, an eccentric painter whose work aids 2 traveling nuns. Lanchester again provided comic relief, this time in her Golden Globe-winning performance as Miss Plimsoll in 1957's Witness for the Prosecution. Lanchester played a private nurse assigned to care for an attorney preparing for trial, essayed by her real-life husband, Oscar winner Charles Laughton.
Lovely, lovely. Must be perfectly lovely to live and work in the Inns of Court. How lucky you lawyers are. I almost married a lawyer once. I was in attendance when he had his appendectomy, and we became engaged as soon as he could sit up. And then peritonitis set in, and he went like that.
He certainly was a lucky lawyer.
Elsa Lanchester's trademark befuddled persona brought her work in such films as The Razor's Edge, Mary Poppins, and Willard. She was hilarious as the snippy Mrs. Grundy in I Love Lucy. Light-hearted and fun to watch throughout her 40-plus year career, Elsa Lanchester died in 1986 at the age of 84.
I'm willing you should occupy your old room until I dismiss the nurse. She will occupy your father's room for the time being and will perform a daughter's duties as well as a nurse's. That will give you a good chance to think over what I've said. I'm very glad to give a devoted daughter a home under my roof and pay all her expenses, but not if she scorns my authority.
Her stage debut came in 1905, followed by her first film in 1913. Gladys Cooper's 3 Oscar-nominated performances couldn't have been more different. Her first came as the mother from hell in 1942's Now Voyager.
And what do you intend to do with your life?
Get a cat and a parrot and live alone in single blessedness.
Stop rocking. You've never done anything to make your mother proud. Or to make yourself proud either. Why, I should think you'd be ashamed to be born and live all your life as Charlotte Vale. Miss Charlotte Vale.
Cooper followed up with her second nomination the next year as Sister Marie, the doubting nun in 1943's The Song of Bernadette.
My throat is parched from constant prayer. My hands are gnarled from serving God in humiliation. My body is pain-wrecked from stone floors. Yes, I have suffered, because I know it is the only true road to heaven. And if I, who have tortured myself, cannot glimpse the Blessed Virgin, how can you, who have never felt pain, dare to say you have seen her?
20 years later, Gladys Cooper was part of the nomination suite for 1964's Best Picture winner, My Fair Lady. As Mrs. Higgins, the high society matron who serves as mediator between her son and his protege, Cooper's brief appearance was a career change of pace.
Henry, what a disagreeable surprise.
Hello, Mother. How nice you look.
What are you doing here? You promised never to come to Ascot. Go home at once.
I can't, Mother. I'm here on business.
Oh, no, Henry, you mustn't. I'm quite serious. You offend all my friends. The moment they meet you, I'd never see them again.
I'm doubtful that Gladys Cooper had a chance at winning an Oscar for these 3 nominated performances, though the one for Now Voyager was the showiest. Cooper appeared in various television shows in her later career, and in 1967 she was appointed Dame Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Her Now Voyager co-star Bette Davis said of her, "Without a doubt, the most beautiful person as well as actress, and a professional. Never was she late 1 minute, never didn't she know every line." Dame Gladys Cooper died in 1971 at the age of 82. I want to take a pause to mention a few character actresses who managed to win a Best Supporting Actress Oscar. My favorite, of course, is the one and only Maureen Stapleton, who won on her 4th try as Emma Goldman in 1981's Reds.
Scar. Very kind.
I'm afraid your time is up.
Well, we're going to keep fighting this.
Will you tell Max I'd like a picture of myself in the magazine? And under it, I would like the words deported. In 1919, the government of the most powerful country in the world is afraid of this woman.
Octavia Spencer has forged a successful career as a supporting actress in dozens of films and television series. A 3-time Oscar nominee thus far, Spencer won on her first try for her acclaimed performance as Minnie in 2011's The Help.
What'd you say? I said, eat my shit. Have you lost your mind? No, ma'am, but you about to. 'Cause you just did.
Known for her many roles as a caustic, tough-talking character throughout her 40-year career on the stage and television, Eileen Heckert's second nomination produced a win as the sarcastic mother in 1972's Butterflies Are Free.
Because I wouldn't count on the support of this giddy little matron, I do not intend to pay money to see nudity, obscenity, and degeneracy.
Mrs. Baker, these things are all a part of life.
I know, Mr. Centauri. So is diarrhea. But I wouldn't classify it as entertainment.
Dame Margaret Rutherford's characterization of Miss Marple may have garnered her the most attention with American film audiences, but it was her sole nomination for her Golden Globe-winning performance as the flighty Duchess of Brighton that won her an Oscar for 1963's The VIPs.
Madam, I'm afraid I don't seem to be able to find your name down for Flight 905. You did say economy class?
Well, that's the cheapest way of going to Florida, isn't it?
Yes.
And that's the way I'm going.
What was the name again, please?
Brighton, like the town.
Well, there's no Mrs. Brighton here.
I'm not Mrs. I often wish I were.
One of the best of supporting actresses, Lee Grant won her Oscar on her third of fourth nominations as the sex-starved Beverly Hills housewife Felicia in 1975's Shampoo.
What are you doing later?
Whatever you say.
We have this political thing tonight. Did you call me out at the house?
Sure.
You actually went to the bank?
Yeah.
For a loan?
Yeah.
Do you really want your own shop?
Yeah.
Why don't you see Lester?
What? Your husband?
Yes,
What about?
the shop. I think it'd be a good investment. I don't mind telling you.
A true character actress, Mildred Dunnock's reprisal of her Broadway role as Linda Lohman in 1951's Death of a Salesman earned her the first of her 2 Oscar nominations.
He's not the finest character that ever was, but he's a human being, and a terrible thing is happening, so attention must be paid. He's not to be allowed to fall into his grave like an old dog. Attention must finally be paid to such a person.
In 1956's Baby Doll, Dunnock's nomination as Aunt Rose was, for some, a curiosity based on the limitations of the role.
I helped out my relatives, my folks, whenever they needed me. I was always invited, sometimes begged to come. When babies was expected or somebody was sick, they called Aunt Rose, and Aunt Rose was always ready. Nobody ever had to put me out.
Mildred Dunnock studied acting at the famed Actors Studio under the guidance of Lee Strasberg and Elia Kazan. She appeared in such Oscar-winning films as Viva Zapata, Butterfield 8, and Sweet Bird of Youth. Dunnock was perhaps not known to many moviegoers by name, but she was always recognizable in supporting roles. A 3-time Golden Globe nominee, Mildred Dunnock died in 1991 at the age of 90.
Well, Ma broke it up. Didn't have no money. But your Ma ain't gonna let that happen to you.
You mean you didn't love Paul when you married him?
Oh, that's different. You see, he'd been to college, and he said a lot of them big words, and he kind of swept me off my feet again. Pa's weak and drinks a lot. Anyhow, I made my bargain. I want to stick by it. Somebody has to take care of the family. Why, it ain't just like I might have asked for. Why, I've done the best I knew how.
Okay, Super Oscar nerds, how many of you have heard of Marjorie Rambeau? If you have, I'm impressed. This character actress was nominated twice. The first time for 1940's Primrose Path as Mamie Adams, a lady of questionable repute who dates heavily to support her family.
See, people got a lot of funny ideas. And there's Pa and Granny. No, maybe you hadn't better bring him. But you gotta meet him sometime. Now look here. Ellie Mae, if he's your man, don't you let nothing or nobody take you away from him.
Now, in the camp classic Torch Song, if you haven't seen it, you must. Rambeau was nominated for her brief stint as Joan Crawford's mother. That alone justified the nomination for this 1953 comedy. I mean melodrama.
Twice a week. He ain't got that much money. We're poor people. So he says, well, what about Miss Dillon? Couldn't she help? And I says I wouldn't hear it. Wouldn't allow it. All right, I know what you think. My daughter, Jenny, she's a very successful girl. A wealthy woman, if you like.
In her youth, Marjorie Rambeau was a leading lady on Broadway, moving on to silent films in the 1920s. I think the fact that the actress scored 2 Oscar nominations for films that were, well, let's say less than highly regarded, is a pretty solid accomplishment. She even has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Some of her other films include Tobacco Road and Man of a Thousand Faces. Marjorie Rambeau died in 1970 at the age of 80.
There is the question of children, too.
Children?
Rich or poor, who should have children to carry on his name? Can you give them to him?
What makes you think I couldn't?
I'm so much older than you are, my dear. You will forgive if I observe that you are older than could.
How is Maria Ouspenskaya like Sylvia Miles? Well, they both didn't play hookers, but both of their pair of Oscar nominations totaled less than 16 minutes on screen. In 1936's Dodsworth, the Russian-born character actress was on screen for less than 5 minutes for her performance as the disapproving Baroness. It was her first film. Ouspenskaya had a little more screen time in 1939's love affair as the beloved grandmother to Charles Boyer's character.
I don't mind confessing to you, my dear, that I've been worried about him.
Why?
That one day life will present a bill to Michel, and that he will find it hard to pay. But when I see him with you, I feel better.
Though she tended to be cast in stern roles which required her to grimace a lot, Maria Ouspenskaya made only 20 films, yet was Oscar nominated for 10% of them. 6 of her movies were released in 1940 alone, so she was kept busy. Her acting career began on the Russian stage, where she also became a teacher. When she got to Hollywood, she was pretty much typecast in mother, not necessarily maternal, roles. Maria Ouspenskaya died in 1949 at the age of 73. Before I begin my longer discussion on the actress, you are likely saying, wait a minute, he forgot her. I want to offer my sincere thanks to you for watching this video. Also, thanks for the great suggestions on topics to discuss. I focus on the acting categories because I find them the most interesting, but I'll venture out once in a great while on some others. After the video concludes with one of my favorite moments from a nominated character actress, please hit the like button and become a subscriber if you haven't yet, so you can join us for weekly videos and vote on the daily polls.
Well, let's say she thinks only about you anyway.
How do you mean that?
I'll tell you how. Like she's studying you. Like you was a play or a book or a set of blueprints. How you walk, talk, eat, think.
Thelma Ritter is in good company with Deborah Kerr and Amy Adams, all of whom have been nominated 6 times without a win. However, all 6 of Ritter's nominations were in the Best Supporting Actress category, a record thus far. Her first acknowledgement from the Academy came in 1950 for All About Eve. Now, I know many of you love this performance and would have voted for her. Yes, her barbs were amusing, but were those enough for an Oscar win? I feel like there had to be more, but Bertie disappeared early in the film. Fourth billed in 1951's The Mating Season, Ritter was Ellen McNulty, a working-class mother who was mistaken for a cook at her son's wedding. The performance is notable because Thelma Ritter is on screen for 43 minutes, more than 3 of her other nominations combined.
Have you gone stark staring nutty?
Not Mom, Ellen. Don't you see, Val? This is the answer.
They ought to lock you up. The mainspring is gone.
None of your lip now. I didn't get a wink of sleep until 4 o'clock this morning, and then suddenly I got the idea. This kid's behind the 8 ball. She needs me. And I'm going to stay whether you like it or not.
Of course you're going to stay, but you're going to stay as my mother.
Look, Val, whether 2 unhappy dames live in this joint or 2 happy dames depends on just one thing. Whether she calls me mother or whether she calls me Ellen.
Thelma Ritter's 3rd consecutive nomination came for 1952's With a Song in My Heart. In this biography of singer Jane Froman, Ritter was wisecracking Nurse Clancy, who managed to do a lot with the little the script offered her.
Make it.
We'll make it.
Clancy, you'll go with us?
Remember those relatives I was telling you about? I just got a wire. 2 of them have been drafted. They're just as likely to show up even here. So it's back to Flatbush for me. You ready to go to your room?
Yes, please.
1953 brought Ritter her 4th nomination in a row. This woman was on a roll. This time for Pickup on South Street, considered by many to be her finest film performance. As Mo, a hustler in New York City's underground, Ritter got the chance to go a little deeper with her character, and her final scene is, I won't spoil it, true Oscar bait.
Was he standing to the left of her, the right of her, or behind her?
Behind her. Then he moved around and faced her.
Carrying a newspaper?
Yes.
Rolled up or folded?
Folded, I think.
What do you mean you think? What kind of a big summer we got here, Tiger? Listen, mister, you gotta be sure.
Thelma Ritter had to wait until 1959 to pick up her 5th nomination for her performance in Pillow Talk. Here, the actress returned to delivering her usual sardonic, witty lines, as her character Alma drunkenly waxes eloquent on the complexities of relationships between men and women. Perhaps sensing this wasn't her strongest work, Ritter stayed home from the ceremony and invited friends to what she called her annual "come over and watch me lose" party.
Now, let's take this problem from the beginning. You're in love with her, and you want to win her back. First thing you got to do is to get her to talk to you. Right?
Right.
Really very simple.
Thelma Ritter's 6th and final nomination came in 1962 for her work as Burt Lancaster's mother in Birdman of Alcatraz. In what was essentially another enlarged cameo, Ritter does her best in her few scenes to offer some background into the lead protagonist's story.
I want to talk to you about her.
About Stella?
Your association with her will bring you nothing but trouble.
I don't know what you mean.
I've thought from the first she was the wrong kind of a woman for you to align yourself with.
First, let's review the performances Thelma Ritter lost on each of her nominations. In 1950, it was...
Well, as a baby, he was perfectly normal. I know. I was his big sister, and I had to change him. Babies do need changing, you know. But I noticed that he seemed to... different after we came back, after Mother had died. Myrtle May and I came back from Des Moines to live with Elwood.
Ritter was stronger in 1951, but she wasn't going to beat this one.
Oh, Stanley, you've no idea how ridiculous you're being. You suggest that my sister or I or anyone else of our family could have perpetrated a swindle on anyone.
Oh, come on. Now, where's the money if the place was sold?
Not sold, lost. Lost.
Come here.
Ritter was solid in 1952, and her performance could have easily gone up against the winning one.
You were even jealous of that Swiss exchange professor just because he was polite.
He was too polite. Now, Rosemary, let's get some sleep.
Oh, James Lee Bartlow, you take a good look at yourself in that mirror. You've changed since you come to Hollywood, and I don't mind telling you, it's no change for the better.
It may have been close in 1953, but the power of From Here to Eternity brought the Oscar to this supporting actress.
Busy? Lorene has got work to do. Lorene's sorry.
Oh, stop calling me Lorene. My name's Alma.
Alma?
Yes, Alma Burke.
Alma?
Mrs. Kipfer picked Lorene out of a perfume ad. She thought it sounded French.
Ritter knew she was out of the race in 1959, though this winner wouldn't have been my choice. Thelma Ritter's final chance at an Oscar was up against this winner. Come on.
Hell.
Thelma Ritter's first film appearance in 1947's Miracle on 34th Street went uncredited. She followed that up with the Oscar-winning A Letter to Three Wives, where she was also uncredited. That changed in the more than 25 films which followed, including Rear Window, The Misfits, and How the West Was Won. The legendary actress was a 3-time Golden Globe nominee and a Tony winner for the musical New Girl in Town. Now, if the Academy had created an honorary character actress Oscar, it would have rightly been named after Thelma Ritter, who died in 1969 at the age of 66. Do you enjoy the work of character actors? Which ones who were Oscar nominated come to mind? Be sure and share your choices in the comments. And until we meet again, here is a clip of my favorite character actress. Yes, she played leads in other mediums, but I like her here best.
John runs an art gallery.
Oh?
In the lobby in Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas. It's not exactly a gallery. It's more a concession.
Paintings of clowns on black velvet?
That's right. Junk. Oh, I tell you, it's pure junk. But people like it.